So today for our entrepreneurship class, we are going to be baking a cake, and we are going to be baking a birthday cake. So the ingredients that you are going to need for baking a birthday cake is flour, butter, sugar, eggs, milk flavor, preservative flavor, baking powder, and browning. We are going to be making a regular vanilla cake with brown cake. So it is going to have two colors inside the cake. Those ingredients that I've mentioned, this is the milk. I prefer to use liquid milk, and specifically this product because it is creamier. I found that it's creamier. The texture and the creaminess of milk varies and it differs. If you use milk, you understand what I'm talking about. So I prefer this particular product, and I prefer thin milk as well. Don't use powdered milk. Then this is the preservative. This is vanilla flavor. It comes in different flavors. We are just picking vanilla because we are making vanilla cake. This is the browning. It gives the cake a brown color. And this is baking powder. This is milk flavor. It comes in this sachet. When you go to the market, just ask for milk flavor, they'll give you this. And then moving on, of course, the eggs. Then moving on to our utensils. This is a cake whisk. These are measuring spoons. This is a pan and a bowl for whisking the eggs. This is flour. You have your butter and your sugar. You are going to be creaming the butter and sugar. That's the first step. You cream the butter and sugar till it's fluffy and light. It's already on the board. Then you sieve the flour as well. The measurement on the board is for 1 kilogram. But what we are making here is more than 1 kilogram. I gave you for 1 kilo because it is easier that way. You can easily multiply or divide when you have measurements for 1 kilo. If you are making half kilo, you divide all the ingredients as seen here by 2. And if you are making 10 kilograms, multiply by 10. So it will be easy for you to calculate like that. That is why it's there. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to cream this butter and the sugar. You have to cream it to one direction, whether the left or the right, it doesn't matter. But once you pick a side, you stay on that side. Into a clean, dry bowl. Cake does not come in well with water. So whatever utensils you are using, whatever ingredients you are using must not be wet. One kilogram of baking powder of flour is 3 tablespoons. This is a tablespoon, the biggest spoon on this set. That's a tablespoon. You can use your regular tablespoon at home, but this is more accurate. I'm putting more than 3 because, like I stated earlier, we are using more than 1 kilo. We have 1.5 kilo here. Do the same thing to the milk flavor. I left it in this sachet because this is how it comes in a sachet. Some people add nutmeg. If you have nutmeg, this is also the stage you add it. You sieve it into the bowl of flour. So basically we can say all the powder or powdery ingredients come together. I'm trying to mix it so that the ingredients can be properly distributed. So the measurement of your flour determines the measurement of your butter. They are always the same measurement. So whenever you decide to bake, even if you decide you want to bake 1 cup of flour, you need to make sure you have 1 cup of butter as well. They have to be the same measurement. Because if they are not the same measurement, you will have a strong cake. It will not taste bad, it will just be strong. It will not be soft enough. Unless you want to use a lot of eggs And I feel that it's more expensive. It's like 20 wise pounds to the shade. Better you use butter to make it soft than for you to be packing eggs inside the mixture. Then sugar is to taste. This measurement that I've given you is not a very sweet cake, just something average. But if you want it to be extra sweet, or maybe the person you are making it for has a sweet tooth, someone that likes something very sugary, you will definitely have to increase the quantity of sugar. However you feel it is okay, just taste it and if you feel okay, this is okay for me, that is fine. But this measurement is basically the standard measurement. Half kilo to 1 kilo of flour. That will give you a nice cake.
As a parent, I have always asked, how can I prepare my children for the infrastructural development and socio-economic evolution of the next decade? With the ongoing speed of globalization, how can I position my children to perform excellently in a rapidly changing society? The answer is and has always been to give them a solid foundation, academically, spiritually, and morally. Salvation International Preparatory Schools, with her team of highly qualified tutors, conducive environment for learning, state-of-the-art computer and science laboratories coupled with quality day and boarding facilities, is the place to be. For more information, contact 080-233-76135. SIPS remains the birthplace of leaders.
If you don't continue mixing the butter and sugar, will it increase?
She's asking, as we are creaming it now, if we should stop, maybe for like 1 hour or 30 minutes and then come back. She's asking if it will reduce. It will not reduce. Unless you are using a butter that has an issue. Like the butter is not a good product. That's when something like that can happen. But under normal circumstances, if everything is okay, as you are creaming, you can leave it and then take a break. Maybe stretch your hands a little and then come back again. It's very possible. It's not supposed to affect. The only thing that affects it is if you turn it to another direction. For instance, we're going like this and then you start going the other direction. That's the reason that can make it to drop and reduce. And then if the product is not a good product. Okay, so someone is asking if you can add water. Don't add water to cake. It's not going to make it light. They are just going to spoil it. Different things can happen. You can make the cake and start breaking and falling into pieces, or it will not even rise in the oven. That's the funny thing. It is when you have finished baking that you will now realize what the mistake you made while you were mixing. That is when it will show. Most of the time, it doesn't show as you are mixing it. The batter might look okay, but when it comes out from the oven, you will discover that this is not the regular cake I have been saying. Something is wrong somewhere. So the next stage, you break the eggs into a bowl. So this is a manual egg whisk. There are different sizes and different types. Basically, you use the egg whisk to beat the egg. You pour a little quantity of the whisked egg into the batter, and you stir and mix until you have seen that it has incorporated into the batter. It's better, my dear, bit by bit. Then you add a little bit of flour. You still pour a little bit of egg. That is what I mean by this step. That's the notes that we said. Alternate step 4 and 5. Little bit of egg, little bit of flour, little bit of egg, little bit of flour till everything is exhausted. There is faster. You add the milk. Then this is preservative. There is powder preservative, but it's not as effective, in my opinion. And then some people use lemon, the skin, and even the juice itself. Pour it in another bowl. If you remember what I said we're going to have 2 colors of cake. One vanilla cake and one brown cake. Brown cake is just the color that makes it brown. It's nothing special. So you use it. You do this so that trapped air can come out. Otherwise it will form hole inside the cake when it's baked. It's not going to affect the taste, but it will affect the look. So from here you take it to the oven. Okay, so the cake is in the oven and we're going to leave it to bake for about 40 minutes to 1 hour, and then when we bring it out we allow it to cool before we ice it.
Welcome back. I hope it was interesting.
As a parent, I have always asked, how can I prepare my children for the infrastructural development and socio-economic evolution of the next decade? With the ongoing speed of globalization, how can I position my children to perform excellently in a rapidly changing society? The answer is and has always been to give them a solid foundation, academically, spiritually, and morally. Salvation International Preparatory Schools, with her team of highly qualified tutors, conducive environment for learning, state-of-the-art computer and science laboratories coupled with quality day and boarding facilities, is the place to be. For more information, contact 080-233-76135. SIPS remains the birthplace of leaders.
Salvation International Preparatory School. Salvation International Preparatory School. A place